Tony Draper wins the race today. He's the first one back in. Ah, so there we go. They killed us. Good old YouTube. Oh, excuse me. I was talking about my website this time, so I don't know why. Freaking games. It's YouTube. I hate it. It's just ridiculous. So, but anyway, once again, if we have an interruption in the stream, I will get right back on again. You may not get notification. So, I mean, we had almost 200 people in the stream, which was awesome. But just a game, just a game they like to play, so they like to kick us off, and that's what happened. So, yeah, Google just doesn't like me. Well, because they don't like it because I tell the truth. That's what they don't like. That I'm honest. That I actually have a brain in my head and I can process things and I can see through a lot of the BS that's going on. And because I try to share that information, they don't want that. They want people to be staying in the dark, wearing their rose-colored glasses, continuing to drink the Kool-Aid, continuing to do as they're told, as long as they, until they drop everything on you. So, yeah. Unreal. But anyway, it happens. What are you going to do? So anyway, again, if I get interrupted again, I will get right back on. So this is part of what we have to deal with, unfortunately. So again, I'm going to say real quick again, I'm going to mention my website. The last thing I was talking about was on my website, preppernurse1.com, the legacy freeze-dried foods, which is a good thing to have in your preps. And it is 25-year shelf life, GMO-free. It is vegan. They do have meat, beef, and chicken options that you can buy separately. They have gluten-free options is available as well. And it is also the largest portion size of any of the other freeze-dried food companies. So that's a real big part of it for me. It's a big plus that, you would have that option. It's bigger portions. So it makes a difference. So, and we're going to wait till we get some people in here before we do the egg count now. I was going to do that like right after I talked about that, but unfortunately, they decided to cut us off. And so I should try your Kool-Aid. Well, I'm sure it's very good. As long as it doesn't have the same stuff in it that they had for with Jim Jones down in Guyana. If you guys remember that one. Some of you would remember it, some of you won't. There's been some seriously crazy people out there, and unfortunately, so I'm not doing the egg count yet. We're going to wait a little bit here, guys. We're going to wait till we get some more people in here before we get on that. So, unbelievable. Freaking, I hate that when that happens, especially if we're having a good discussion, which we were having a good discussion. Unfortunate, but, I've never been so disappointed. Hold on a second. Let's see what that person said. Story of Texas nurse fired for not getting the Oh, that's, yeah. It's not shocking to me, but I'm going to tell you what. As a nurse, you can go anywhere and get another job. So she will probably find something better, and she'll be better off for it. And I don't blame her. There's a lot of I know I need to do the VPN. I gotta talk to Adam with Marfugal News and get that through him, because I know that he has that. I do have to do that because I really do think what it is too. It could be trolls, if you will, bombarding my my IP address. So that it could be that too. Hey, Pamela Sherry, it's not what you say, it's who you are. You are a white alpha male making sense. They can't have that. Right. Well, yes, I know it's horrible that, you can't have, somebody have, well, I'm supposed to be crazy anyway, because I'm a prepper and I live up in the mountains. I couldn't tell you how many times, how many times I've heard, you're nothing but a fat old white man living in the woods, living in a shack, scared, waiting for the end. And I'm like, no, no, I'm not. I don't, I'm going to tell you, I can honestly tell you, and Mountain Girl's in here too, and I know she's living at her bug out location as well now. Actually, I just talked to her today. So listen, guys, everybody in the chat, please. Today's Mountain Girl's birthday. So please wish Mountain Girl in the chat. She's right in the chat right now. Wish her a happy birthday, because, it's, She's a good person, very, very good person. But you know, living this lifestyle, choosing this lifestyle, it is so freeing. And again, I cannot tell you what kind of peace of mind it is living. Because I want you guys, just like what she was saying, her thoughts before, because she had her other house and then she had her bug out location. And hey, Mount Kayaker, hold on a second. I wanna. My friend's family told her if she doesn't get the needle, they will no longer be friends. What the hell? Yeah, no, that's nuts. Well, then you don't need those kind of friends. That's or family. If somebody's going to try to pressure you into doing something that you don't want to do to make them feel more comfortable, that's insanity. So it's not worth it. To me, it's not. I'm never going to have anybody pressure me to do something that I don't want to do. But I want to get back to what I was saying, like she was talking about before. She was like, how am I going to get there? What route am I going to take? What am I going to do? But when you're living full time at your retreat, number one, all your stuff is already in place. It's already all there. And the chances are, it's a possibility, which we all don't know. You can go to sleep tonight. I can wake up in the morning and SHTF has happened. But the cool thing for me is I'm already here. All my stuff is already here. I have part of my family is also now here, which makes me feel really, really good as well, because that's an important part of it for me. I want my family to be safe. And we always used to talk about, something goes down, you guys get here right away. Now they don't have to worry about it either because they're already here and all their stuff is already here. So, it's just, it's, you sleep so much better at night. Even just being prepped and being ready as much as you can be, no matter what your location is, knowing that you have an advantage over most of the people out there, that's also peace of mind. But the further away from the cities that you can be, the further away from suburbia that you can be, it's a better feeling. And I don't know really how to explain it other than that. It's just, and then when you get up in these areas like where I'm at, you find there are a lot of like-minded people that may be preppers that don't even realize they're preppers, that that's their lifestyle. They've been doing that forever. A lot of farms are out here. Once you get out into more rural areas, a lot more farming goes on. So people are more self-sufficient just by the nature of the beast because of where they live and what they do. So that's a big part of it too. And when it comes down to, at the end of the day, when something does go down, which it will eventually, you are in a much, much better situation. You're more prepared. And if you surrounded yourself with good people, everything is better that way. You couldn't give me any place in New York City for free to live there. I wouldn't want it. Wouldn't want it. It's such a bad, bad place to be. Yes, my niece will be once the kids are done with school. Her game plan is to be moving out here once her kids are done with the school year. So next month. Next month is when they're done with school, and she will most likely be here shortly thereafter that. So, you know, a friend who got the jab is visiting town, but I will avoid her just in case she is contagious. Yeah, there's a lot of that going, a lot of that talk as well. And I really don't know, guys. I'll be honest with you. I've heard about the shedding and all that type of stuff, but I don't know how valid that is. So I'm never going to get on here. Ed, how would you explain the virus shedding? Uh, I don't know if it's really happening. So I can't say that yes, it's happening, or I can't say no, it's not happening. Okay. So I'm never ever going to come on here and try to give you information like it's a fact and say that yes, this is what's happening. That I would never ever do that. So unless I get more information from that, or more proof, if you will, that it has actually happened. Now, I've seen the videos and I've seen doctors talking about it, and seen other medical professionals talking about it as well. Absolutely, I've seen that. But again, I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to err on the side of caution. That's just kind of how I roll anyway. So, will your niece homeschool next semester? No, she'll probably enroll the kids down here in the local school down here. I think. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see how that goes. That might be an option. We have enough of us here that we could, take turns teaching the kids and get whatever curriculum, and then they could really learn the important things of life, which is, living off grid and all that. So get yourself a good mask, not a cloth mask. Well, if you're going to do something like that, you're definitely going to have a whole respirator system if you're really looking to protect yourself. Pamela Sherry, my aunt got the shoo and her husband didn't. Then he got it. Who knew though? Yeah, and that's the whole thing too. And I've seen a lot of the studies, guys, a lot of studies talking about people that have gotten it that ended up getting the virus. And a lot of them have died from it. So again, if you're in a compromised group, and a lot of these numbers would be along that line, if you're a lot of compromised people were the first ones they were giving it to, right? So they're more susceptible anyway. So, again, it just, I don't know. Like I said, I just, people who have had the jab are fun to have the C again tested positive. Yeah, and that's the thing is too, if you've already had it and you've built up those natural antibodies, I don't understand why they're really pushing for those people to get it as well. That doesn't make sense to me. It really, really doesn't. But again, I'm not going to tell you what you should or should not do. I'm just going to encourage you to do your research. And then I have these people say, well, I've done my research and stuff like that. Then I'll bring up facts to them. Oh, I didn't think about that. And I didn't think about that. Yeah, because they're not putting certain facts out there because they want people to do it. I mean, it's like every time. Okay, so a lot of times I listen to the Yankee games on the radio. All right. So unfortunately, I have to listen to Susan Waldman, which I cannot stand her. She is like the worst announcer in the world, just so you know, just in my opinion. John Sterling, absolutely fantastic announcer. And I feel so bad that he is paired with Susan Waldman. I'm going off topic here, but so I have to listen. I listen to the Yankees a lot on the radio. And so what happens is, unfortunately, when you do that, you get all the commercials and they are inundating constantly. Get it, constantly. It's ridiculous. Hey, Doc Mac, thank you very much for the donation. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So, but anyway, so let's do this now, guys, really quickly. Let's go, since we're back up to 743. Let's do this first. We're 298 on thumbs up. So let's do a thumbs up first to show support for the channel. And I thank you for doing that. I really appreciate that if you would do that. Also, again, it really also helps with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, the better for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. So if you would do it for that reason, I would appreciate that. It really does help. The third reason, of course, is I do like to see a lot of thumbs up. So I thank you for that reason as well. Again, if you're not subscribed, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. And so let's do the egg count. So we'll do that right now. And we'll see what your guys' guesses are. So we'll give it a minute here. All right. All right. If you had the same exact guess as prepared for with 7 eggs, that's where we were at today. So they were lazy today. I said what I said. I go, what are you guys, lazy today? And no, Thick Neck did not lay today. So she was lazy as well. It was kind of windy. It was weird weather today. So it wasn't like straight sunshine the whole day. So I think that might have had something to do with it. But yeah, so, but they, so yeah, it was seven eggs today. That's what we ended up with. So lazy chickens. I went out there and I yelled at them. I go, come on. So the other chicks, the babies are getting bigger. Shouldn't be too much longer. I want them to get a little bit more size before I put them in with the rest of the flock. It's just because I want them to be able to handle themselves. And I was watching Goliath today on one of the hens, and if he hopped on one of those little girls, he'd probably kill her, break her in half. And so I don't want that. So, hey, Prepper Chris 1, if the vax is good, runs for years, would you take it? No, nope. has a good run for years, would you take it? No. I'm not a vaccine type of person. I'm just not. I have this weird thing, this really cool thing called an immune system that works really, really well. And if you take your chances, and again, if I have something that I have a 99.5% chance of surviving, why would I go ahead and put some foreign substance into my body? That's just my thinking. And as long as I'm trying to take care of myself, I'm going to be in a better position anyway. So, yeah, I don't care how many great runs that or years that it has. Look at they've had the flu shot forever and a day. The only time I ever took it is when I absolutely had to because of work. And since I haven't worked anymore, as far as a 9 to 5 grind anymore for a company, I haven't had it since. I never have any intention of having it ever again. So I don't like shots. I don't mind shots. Shots don't bother me as far as getting a shot. It's not a big deal. I don't care about getting a shot. So it's not like, oh, I'm afraid of shots. It's not about that at all. I don't want to put anything into my body that I don't know what it is. That's kind of my thing. Hey, Pamela Sherry, if you aren't hatching, why roosters? Don't they lay without? Is there an advantage? Okay, good question. And I'll give you the answer. It's really, really simple with that. 2 reasons. If SHTF happens tomorrow, I have roosters, I can fertilize eggs, I can go ahead and incubate eggs and make more baby chicks. That's number 1. Number 2, the rooster's job is to protect the flock. If there is a predator gets into that hen house, that rooster, both of my roosters, would give their lives to protect the flock. That's their job, okay? So the trade-off is that they get the girls, and your flock runs better. I'll tell you another thing too that I think is very interesting. I had somebody message me, a friend of mine, and they got the people had a bunch of chickens. I mean, where they were getting 150 eggs a day, so they got a lot of chickens, right? And so what they did was they got rid of all the roosters. I don't know how many they had, but I guess she said they had a lot of roosters. They got rid of all the roosters. Their egg production went from 150 eggs a day to like 30 and 40 eggs a day. Part of that is because the hens are upset. They change. Obviously, they don't like that, and they don't have those roosters there. If you raise your chickens and you don't give a crap about any of the things that I just talked about, if you just want to have like 6 hens and you just want them to lay eggs, yep, they're going to lay eggs without a rooster. Absolutely. But in a post-event, having that rooster is a really good advantage to have because, again, then you can incubate those eggs and get more chickens. If you don't have a rooster involved, that's not going to happen. And again, that rooster's job is to protect the flock. So that's why. So just so you guys know the reasons why, Yeah, vaccines are just money makers for the rich. I cannot disagree with that statement at all. And I agree with you 100%. The more people that they can get to take it, the more money they're going to make. And that's what they care about at the end of the day. There is one of the main reasons why I would be against anything: no liability for the manufacturer. Zero liability. That's an issue. That's a problem, which means they're not going to be as stringent. They're not going to be as making sure things are safe, right? Because who cares? You can't sue me anyway, So think about that. That's just something to think about. But we should probably talk more about the actual original topic, which we did talk about in the first part of the stream, but we'll talk about it a little bit more in this one. The groups that are out there are definitely groups that you want to avoid if you can. If you want to be part of a prepper group, if you want to get involved with a prepper group, you better make sure what their end goal is. Why are they doing what they're doing? Okay. Be very, very concerned and cautious about that, because once again, there will be infiltrators in groups to see if they can get you to do things that you don't want to do, or to say, hey, why don't we do this? And if it's something that is illegal, you better not just walk away from that type of a group. You better run away. If you have a group that is preparing, and you can prepare and you can have, weapons and ammo and, medical supplies and food and every other prep that you can possibly think of, there's nothing wrong with that. That is not illegal. Ed, you look thinner. Well, thank you, man. Firefly Farm just said that. Well, I've definitely been losing weight, and I'm going to continue to try to bring it down. And so that's my game plan. And I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better since I've taken the weight off, and I plan on keeping it off. So, but again, um, be careful of who you get involved with, because you don't want to get yourself jammed up. Because if you get jammed up and you end up in jail, you can do nothing to help your family, and it doesn't do any good. And being behind bars when SHTF happens is not where you want to be. Be careful who you get involved with. Pay attention to that. And if you get into a group and you think, oh, this is a good group and stuff like that, and then they try to drag you into something that you are not comfortable with, again, I would encourage you to get away from those type of groups. I don't care what color you are, okay? Because every group that's going to be out there, you're going to have a segment of different groups. Not every prepper group is going to be that way. Some prepper groups are going to be really super religious, and they're based on religion, and they're getting ready because they think the end of the world is coming. And there's nothing wrong with that. So I'm not trying to say that there's something wrong with that. If that's what you want to be involved with, get with a group like that. You know what I mean? Prepare that way. Because those type of groups, to be honest with you, are really going to try to be in a situation to help other people. And I think that's an important part of prepping with, and I've talked about that, being able to help people that were not awake or not thinking about it. And again, and all the kids and stuff like that. What's your diet secret? Basically I started doing intermittent fasting, where I limit myself to eating in a window every day, between 2 and 4 hour window. That's when I eat. Other than that, I don't eat. And you would think, oh my God, how do you do that? It's actually really easy. You might start out the first day and say, okay, I'm used to eating XYZ amount of time. So the first day you do 10 hours. You say, okay, I ate this meal and I'm not going to eat for 10 hours. Then tomorrow you go, okay, I did 10 hours that day. I can do 11 hours now. And then just slowly work your way up. And before you know it, it is amazing how long you can go without eating, and you really don't think about it. Pushing a lot of water, and then exercising. Getting your exercising in is a big part of it too. So, that's just, I think the more active you are, the better it's going to be, and so that would be my advice. But it works, and it's worked for me. It worked for Becky. Becky's doing the same thing. So, and Becky's dropped. She went from 195 and she is 155 now, I think. And she still wants to get down farther, but she's lost a lot of weight since she's moved up here. Hey, Nest Prepper, show us a kitty, please. There is none in the room at the moment, so I cannot. Otherwise, I would. But yeah, right now it's nice outside, so it's mild. So a lot of the cats are out. So Hillbilly Homesteader says, I'm on a weight gain diet. Oh my God, that's funny. I want you to think about this, guys, and seriously, this is no joke. When SHTF does happen, all of our lifestyles are going to be different. I don't care how prepped up you are. I don't care how ready you are. It's going to change everything. And you're going to be more active. Every one of us. Anybody watching this stream, you're going to be more active. What I have here, I have Miss Pandora laying there, and Hella is over here, and Caesar is over there on the floor, so I can't see them. Yeah, Hella's right there. She's right there. She's funny. I've been trying to get them out. Like, what I did is I took them out at like 6:45, and then I leave them outside until like 7:40, so they get their running around done, and then they come in, and then they go to sleep. So, but I'm in trouble for giving a lady's weight out publicly. No, actually, she's happy about that. Believe me, she's happy about the weight loss that she's had. And like I said, she wants to, get down even more, which is good. But again, it's like being in physical shape and being ready to handle the situation when SHTF happens. I think it's really important. So that's why I would encourage everybody to do that. Hey, Rich Mountains. Max the kitty always has a plan. Yeah, Max is the man. I mean, he's a good cat. He's a real good cat. Cat sleeps with me every freaking night. I will have 2 cats with me every night, no matter what. I will have Socks and Max. Those 2 are always in bed with me at night. They're like, oh, it's bedtime. Let's go. And they're pretty funny. But Yeah, you can always discuss when ladies lost weight, but not the other way around. You are correct. Yes, Randy Romines just said that. Absolutely. So, but yeah, Molly's a cutie too. She is something else. She's just a little fluff ball. But yes, that's a Tracy Smith just said. Remember, SHTF doesn't have to be natural. Could be a loss of income, sickness, death in the family, something that affects your town, something, anything like that. That can be an SHTF event as well. So yeah, it doesn't have to be end of the world as we know it event for SHTF to happen. But the Truth Warrior said, I've lost 50 pounds since last summer. I know how important that is. Congratulations to your sis. Yes, it really, really is a good thing. Getting that extra weight off, it makes you feel better. You look better. Your energy levels better, and I would hate to go into a crisis situation being in the worst possible shape that I could be in, because it's going to make it that much harder for you to adjust to survive. Now, can you still do it? Of course you can. But I'm going to tell you what, you're going to see a tremendous amount of things happen in a post event. You look at most of the people around us, a lot of people are overweight, a lot of people, and overweight by a lot, okay? You're going to see a lot of heart attacks, because people are going to have to be putting in extra effort, way more than they're used to. Because they're going to have to, because of survival. They're not going to be able to sit around on the couch and watch TV, because there's not going to be any TV. So, they're going to have to be active. And if you haven't prepared to some degree to get yourself in that situation to be ready for that, it's going to be a very, very difficult adjustment. Can it still happen? Absolutely. But again, you're going to see a lot of people, like every winter in New York or any west or northern city here in the north. Every year it happens. Somebody's out shoveling snow in their driveway. Boom, they drop dead of a heart attack, especially if it's that heavy, wet snow. Okay. Every year it happens, because it's physical exertion that they're not used to. And now they're out there doing it, and their body is not prepared. And it's the end of things as we know it for them. And that happens all the time, all the time. So those are things, again, you've got to think about when it comes. Prepping is not just about, okay, I got this stuff, and I'm going to take this stuff and I'm going to put it over here, and now I'm ready. I'm a prepper. That's just one aspect of it. Not only do you have to prepare things, you better prepare this, and you better prepare your body. That's part of it as well. And practical practice, and I know I've talked about that a lot, but I think that that's so important. Hey, Gigglebug, the egg count was 7, hun. We had 7 eggs today. So, but that's important too, and I want people to think about that too. Okay, really, really important. All aspects of it, learning how to use the stuff that you have, knowing what to do. Don't try to figure it out after SHTF happens, when it is life and death. Learn it when it's not life and death. Here's the best reason why. When it's not life and death, you can make mistakes, and it's not going to cost anybody their life. Okay? In a post event, if you make a mistake in a post event, it will cost people their lives. And that's what you got to think about. So the more prepared you are, the more ready you are, the more you know how to use the equipment that you have and all those type of things. Man, I'll tell you what, it's a big part of it. It's a big, big part of it. And just be proactive. That's the biggest thing. Again, being as proactive as you can be, it is so, so important. So yeah, it'll be a SHTF diet, that's for sure. The SHTF diet will be way better than the divorce diet ever thought about being. So, what is your timeline for the next big false flag event? Realistically, that could come at any point in time. There's no, it'll be within the next 6 months, or it'll be within the next year. There is an agenda, there is a plan, there always is. And so, it wouldn't surprise me if something happened pretty soon, to be honest with you. Hey, Mary Lapp, how many shots will be enough for the CDC? There's a big reason why I'm drawing the line in the sand. Right, exactly. And that's another part of it too. That's a good point, because now they're talking, even if you get both of either of the shots, then you may have to have a booster down the road. So again, totally an individual choice. I hate the fact that some of these businesses are trying to force their people to get it. I think that's a horrible thing. I don't like the fact that family members are trying to bully and shame family members, using love as an intimidation factors to get people to go and get it. Saying that, well, like I told you, that's like with my neighbor. The only reason is she got it was so she could see her father. Well, I'm sorry, but if that was my father's stipulation, now my father's dead, so I ain't got to worry about that. But if that was his stipulation, I'd be like, well, then I guess I'll see you when I see you because I ain't getting it. Okay. So again, I don't like the push constantly, and now, and it's funny. So I talked about like the mask hole situation, and I had somebody in one of the comments, and they made the thing. They were like, you could tell they were all like, they were mad. They were, I'm mad. And they're like, I don't wear the mask because I'm a sheep. I wear the mask because I'm trying to protect other people. Get it? And I'm sorry, but I have to laugh at that. And so I said, hey, continue to be a sheep and whatever helps you sleep at night, I think was what I replied to them. You know, that piece of paper or that piece of cloth, if you think that that is protecting you, you are sadly mistaken. Unless you're sick yourself and you're coughing, that it may stop some of that from going through, but that is not going to stop a virus from coming in. It's not. Okay, so you're being told that you're doing it for other people. See, this is what the thing. I just had somebody today, okay, and I want you to think about this too. And this mentality, I don't get this mentality either. On Facebook, somebody who's in my friend, people I know, and I knew this person from high school, and so many moons ago. Haven't seen them in forever and a day, but they're friends on Facebook. And she put up a post today. Went and got my second shot. If it kills me, at least I know I did the right thing. Does that make any kind of sense to anybody on here? To me, you did the right thing for who? It doesn't make any sense. So you're apprehensive, obviously, about getting this, but you did it because you felt it was the right thing to do. That's where the manipulation is, like, it's unbelievable and again, I'm just giving you my opinion. I'm not telling you this is a fact. This is my opinion. And like I said, do whatever you want to do, but you know what? I'm not going to be BS'd. I'm not going to be bullied. I'm not going to be intimidated into doing something that I don't want to do. That's not going to happen. So, again, everybody has their own agenda, what they want to do. If you want to let people use love is a method to force you to do something that you don't want to do, that's not love. That's not love. Okay. They should respect your right to do what you want to do. But if you think you're doing it to protect other people, do what you got to do. That's the brainwashing is definitely it's definitely huge. And like I said, again, and just so you know, and I saw this too, and I thought this was great because this kind of puts it into perspective. So, who's not getting it? Now I want you to think about this, okay? Because they've done studies. They've done studies now. The majority of people that are not getting it are rural people out in the country, right? And also it is people that don't have more, either have a high school education or less. So what they're trying to say, without saying it, the people that aren't getting it are the stupid people because they don't have any education. They're not smart enough, and that's the reason they're not getting it. That was a thing that came out. Oh yeah, and you're a Trump supporter. I forgot about that. So, but yeah, it's. I did not read Mary. Did you do another one, Mary? Did I miss one? Let's see. I don't think I missed it. No, I read your thing, Mary. Yeah, it said how many shots would be enough for the CDC. No, I read that. I did. And I commented on that too. Yeah, and that's another reason too. I mean, and again, every booster that they give you, it makes more money for Big Pharma. So congratulations. Keep supporting Big Pharma because they really care about you. That's what they care about. Because again, no liability for them. So just remember that. While you're up there lining up like good little sheep and doing what you're told and following your directives, no liability. Just that's all you got to think about. So that's where I'm at. It's just, like I said, again, no judgment. Do what you want to do. Not telling you what to do or what not to do. But I just, I have this weird, like, again, I have this weird thing called an immune system, and it really works well. So, and that's the thing too. Trump has never said not to get it. Trump actually got it. So there you go. But they're trying to make it out. They're making it out in the media that it's Trump supporters and uneducated people, that are not getting it. That's what they're trying to make it out. So. Mike Adams is saying that some masks have weird microplastic hooks. Really, I don't know. I hadn't heard that. I had not heard that. Huh. Yeah, but yeah. So again, I'm never going to tell you what to do as far as that part of it goes. Like I said, that's an individual call, and so that's your thing. And if you want to do it, do it. If you don't, you don't. But I do want to get back onto what we were talking about here, guys. Yeah, I haven't even look at this. I've been chatting away, and I never even opened my green tea. So anyway, I do want to really quickly. I want to do some shout outs really quickly. And what if colleges require it? Well, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That would be an absolute lawsuit going on if that's the case, because Heather's not getting it. So, Angela Rowland, hi from Litchfield, Virginia. Most people don't care about facts. They get a false sense of security from the mask. They are scared. Yeah, exactly, because they have been out in the media, it has been pushed and pushed and pushed, and so they are. That they're just, and it's sad, and it's. I think a lot of this, and again, strictly my opinion, I think it's all a test to see how much they can push people and scare people and intimidate people to go along. Some people wear it just because they don't want the confrontation. Uh, you know, some of us don't wear it because we're looking for the confrontation. I don't know who that would be. I don't know. So, but anyway, so want to do a couple quick shout outs for some channels again. And no, Bizarizajiz, I have not heard from Brian. I haven't talked to him. So I'm gonna have to shoot him another message again. Like I said, guy, I just been busy myself. Where do you see the vax in 3 years? You know what? There's no studies to say what the long-term effects of this is. Okay, there's no studies because they don't know. So as I mentioned to somebody uh, in a conversation, I said, "You are the experiment." So there's no saying. I have no idea, no idea. But my school required it for the fall, but I put in for a religious exemption. There you go. Yeah, it's just it's crazy that they're doing that. And I know some schools are doing that, some colleges, and again, there has to be a line in the sand. You're gonna have to make a decision of what's acceptable and what's not acceptable. That's what it's always going to come down to. But anyway, let me get back on track here, guys. I'm too easily distracted, and I apologize. So, again, Bizrizajiz, I have not talked to him. I do need to speak with him. But he is one channel that I definitely recommend people watch for the different stuff. Icky Can, which North Shore Preparedness just put up there. And he is a friend of mine up in Canada. Real good channel. He's got some, he does real short videos, but he shares stuff with you, sharing his life. Really good stuff up there. Sean James with My Self Reliance is another good channel. I definitely recommend his channel as well. And he's unbelievable to watch him build stuff and do what he's doing. Really, really cool to watch, though. Also, Southern Prepper 1 would be another one. Doug and Stacy would be another channel that I recommend. Marfugal News out on the West Coast. Magic Prepper, Alaskan Prepper, and Green Greg's is another channel that I enjoy. And I'm trying to think of everybody. Of course, I'm probably missing a bunch of people already. But there's so many good channels out there. A lot of good information. Prepper Princess is another good channel. And Ice Age Farmer. Yep. Again, oh, God, I'm trying to think of the name of the channel. The Nomadic Movement, they're down in Panama, and they have a real good channel. Really enjoy their channel as well. Uh, I'm trying to think. I'm going blank. Oppenheimer Ranch Project is another one that I really enjoy. Pinball is another one. Definitely support him as well. And when you go to these different channels, guys, tell them Prepper Nurse One sent you over to show support and stuff like that, because we really, the Angry Prepper, how could I forget him? Of course, I did mention him earlier. But the Happy Prepper for younger kids, absolutely. Alaskan Prepper, I did mention him already. But Alaskan Granny, somebody's saying is awesome. I haven't watched her channel, so I really can't say. So, but again, there's so many. It's important to diversify yourself, look at different stuff, get different information from different people. It's a way to support each other, and I think that's a really good thing to do. I really do. So, I definitely would encourage everybody to do that. So let's do this here real quick. I'm going to ask for another thumbs up. We're at 434. Let's see if we can get this up to 500 before we jump off of here. So again, we've got almost 800 people in the chat. So if you have not shot a thumbs up yet, I would ask you to please do that to show support for the channel. And thank you ahead of time. I do appreciate that. Also, it really does help with the algorithm. So the more interaction that we have, the better it is for the channel. So I thank you for that reason as well. And again, third reason is I like to see a lot of thumbs up. So it's just a game that I like to play. So I like that as well. So thank you for that. Again, if you are not subscribed to the channel, I would ask you to please subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell icon to get all notifications as well. So anyway, and most YouTube videos now have the CDC link below the screen. Thoughts? Well, I know that it's funny because it's like on Facebook, anybody that puts anything up about anything to do with that, there's that recommendation for the CDC. Go and check this out, because like they're your fact checkers. Okay, so first of all, who's the fact checkers? And how trusted are they? Are they a bunch of people that have an agenda that don't want certain things to be brought out the light in the public? You know what I mean? So it's, again, there is a lot of propaganda going on, a lot of propaganda, and it's unfortunate, but it is what it is, and so unfortunately, that's what we have to deal with. So let's do this. We Are Legion. Oh, Canadian Prepper. Yes, he's got a good channel too. A lot of good information on his channel as well. So definitely, yep, he would be another one that I would definitely recommend. So We Are Legion. We are many. We're all over the country. We're all over the world. We're a huge family. We're a huge network of people. Where is everybody from tonight? So let's do that. We have Dublin, Ohio. Got a cannabis garden going yet? I will plead the fifth. North Carolina, Ashland, Oregon, London, Beech Grove, Indiana, Montreal, Canada, Motherwell, Scotland, Oshawa, Ontario, Canada, BC, Canada, Afton, New York, Albion, Arkansas, I believe that's what it said, California, Western New York, Finland, Los Angeles, upstate South Carolina, Vancouver, Canada, Mobile, Alabama, Olympia, Washington, let's see, Southeast Ohio, Syracuse, New York, Ontario, Canada, Texas, Kentucky, Nashville, Tennessee, Northern Utah, New Mexico, Blue Ridge Mountains in North Carolina, Hendersonville, North Carolina, Endicott, New York, Hudson Valley, Nowhere, Oklahoma, still my favorite name, I love that, Gatlin, Pennsylvania, let's see, Melbourne, Australia, we have Fairland, Oklahoma, we have Cleveland, Ohio, Nashville, Tennessee, Central Michigan, Hudson Valley, Southwest Ohio, New Mexico. Once again, we have Ireland in the house. We have Hollywood, California, Brookings, Southern Oregon coast, Key West, Florida, Greene, Ohio, Ocean Springs, Mississippi, the Adirondacks, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, let's see, Southern Kentucky, Coy, Arkansas, Middle Tennessee, Massachusetts, Ulster Park, New York, Georgia, Sioux City, Iowa, the Finger Lakes in New York. Firefighter Prepper will be checking you Your channel out. Okay. I don't know him, but I'll have to go check him out as well. We have Massachusetts, Connecticut, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada, Eastern Oregon, Ontario, Canada, once again, Vermont, NASCAR, Dale Earnhardt, Northern California, Cherokee Survival, Illinois. We have New Hampshire, the UK, Houston, Texas, Kentucky. So again, guys, we're all over the place, all over the world, all over the country. We are really truly a huge family, and we're the ones that actually truly can make a difference when the time comes. So I think it's really important that we try to do that if we can. Okay. So anyway, I want to thank my moderators for being here. And if anybody knows what's going on with JJ, if you would shoot me a message, I want to make sure he's okay. I know he was having some health issues there. So I hope he's doing all right. I haven't seen him in the last couple streams. So also, guys, so thank you, my moderators, ladies and gentlemen that are here for the stream and are making sure the chat stays clean. I appreciate you. Also, I want to thank all of you for being here. You guys are awesome, and I really do appreciate you guys. It makes a difference. Your comments are awesome and great questions and stuff like that. And it really does make a difference as well with that. So, but anyhow, remember, guys, we are all in this together. That is really important to remember. And I do think sometimes people do lose sight of that. It is important to remember, though, that we are. We're one race called the human race. And as soon as we can get past all the nonsense and we can focus on what the real problems are, we're going to be in much, much better shape. Let's try working together. That would be really nice. She said, I missed the egg count. The egg count was 7. We had 7 eggs tonight. Also, remember, guys, to hug and kiss the ones you love. Tell them every single day. Tomorrow is not guaranteed. We never know what's going to happen in life. So it's really, really important to tell the people that you love every day how you feel. Last but not least, STD, step, thing, and day. It's one step at a time, one thing at a time, and one day at a time. Whatever you're trying to do, whatever you're trying to accomplish, you can do it. The only one that can stop you from reaching those goals is you. Nobody else can stop you. Stay positive, stay away from the negativity, and you're going to be just fine. Hang in there, guys. Just keep prepping, keep getting ready. That is the biggest thing that I can encourage all of you to do. Just continue to get ready, okay? I will talk to you all later. Have a great night. Prepper Nurse 1, out for now.